The outrageous situation of a baby being born in an auto on Delhi's roads because traffic was choked because of VVIP movement is our next big debate tonight. The baby and the mother are now fine, but when will we have had enough of our crazy VIP culture?
Meet baby boy Shehzad, born yesterday in an auto-rickshaw while his mother Roshni was stuck in a 4-hour-long traffic jam, trying to get to a hospital just 3 kilometers away. Roshni suffered 35 stitches, however both the mother and the baby are healthy now.
ई-रिक्शा में एक महिला थी और महिला अर्धचेतन अवस्था में थी, तो बेहोश सी हो रही थी और सीवियर ब्लीड कर रही थी। उस ई-रिक्शा को बाहर ही कवर करवाया चादरों से, और क्योंकि वो इस पोजीशन में नहीं थे कि उनको हम अपने लेबर रूम में ले जा सकते हैं।
As a result of traffic diversions due to the India-Africa summit, there were heavy traffic jams in most parts of Delhi yesterday. Roshni and her family were found by members of the local MCD in an area called Shastri Nagar when the local councillor Rekha Rani arranged for her delivery to be conducted in the auto before she could be shifted to a nearby hospital.
डिलीवरी वहाँ उसकी शुरू हो गई थी डिलीवरी उसकी, और वहाँ जाम की वजह से ये हालत थी कि वहाँ ऑटो रिक्शा कहीं निकल ही नहीं पा रहा था.
For 21-year-old Roshni, the birth of her first child was nothing short of a nightmarish experience. With the traffic situation in Delhi, especially in these congested parts of East Delhi, getting worse by the day, such catastrophes cannot be seen as a one-off. If the traffic situation does not become better, then such incidents are bound to happen again. In New Delhi, with camera person Girish, Ishadrat Lahiri for NDTV.
Well, just how ridiculous will things actually get in our national capital region before we realize that perhaps we are not in a position to host VVIP summits with more than 50 heads of state visiting. Why? Because we don't have space on our roads, and people will end up, as we have seen over there, having babies on the roads because they can't get to a hospital in time despite waiting 3 hours in traffic. Joining us to discuss this rather desperate state of play in the national capital region, Ashish Khaitan, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Dr. Deepika Sharma, spokesperson of the Delhi BJP, BK Gupta, the former police commissioner, and Piyush Tiwari, the founder and president of the Save Life Foundation, joins us as well. Ashish, who's responsible for this? Who is responsible for that woman having her baby in an auto and almost dying in the process? Who's responsible for this?
The entire system is responsible for it, Vishnu. We are all responsible for it. I have not seen any other city internationally, any other capital city internationally being shut down in this manner for VIP movements. Delhi is not meant only for VIPs. In Delhi also live 20 million ordinary people. Yesterday, what happened on the roads of Delhi was awful, and it's not just a one-off story. This happens week after week, month after month, that whenever there is VIP movement, the police takes the shortest route possible, which is they shut down substantial portions of the city. There are diversions, there are long traffic jams, children, elderly people, patients, they all get stuck in jams. There has to be a more scientific, more professional way of managing city's traffic.
Mr. Gupta, as a former police commissioner, Ashish, just a second, I want to come in over here. Mr. Gupta, a former police commissioner, sir. Where is the science in this, sir? Because when in doubt, shut down all the roads. That seems to be the police logic, sir. Everybody suffers. This woman nearly lost her life. She had 35 stitches when she was in critical condition for a short period of time. Tens of thousands of people have been affected on Delhi's roads for the last 3 days. What is the logic of shutting down the city?
I think very unfortunate incident, what has happened, and the answer has to come from political masters. It is not the Delhi police that they don't do it on their own, because there is a system. When this kind of summit happens in capital city, the certain area is completely shut down. It is absolutely true, because if you have to allow a free passage of VVIP carcade, you stop traffic about 3 to 4 minutes ahead of their movement. Now that 3 to 4 minutes results in massive traffic jam, and the resultant jam takes more than an hour or so to clear. Now, there has to be some kind of, you see, there is a zero tolerance policy, no vehicle can come when the VVIP movement is going on, and you know, we have suffered a certain, we have faced certain incidents where former our late Srimati Indira Gandhi was killed, former Prime Minister Shri Rajiv Gandhi was killed. So, there is some kind of zero tolerance policy so far as protection to our dignitaries is concerned.
And so that zero tolerance doesn't apply to this young woman who gave birth on the road.
It is unfortunate. I am telling you, it is
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
I think you've actually spoken the perfect truth. And
yeah.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, sir, for telling us this, because that is exactly what it is. And Deepika, I'm sorry you have to take this question, but that is the mindset that exists in our country. If it's our VVIPs, lock down the roads. We've got 54 or 50 plus visiting dignitaries. We will show them how great we are. But our own people will suffer. Lakhs will be stuck on the road. People will die or almost die. Who are we proving anything to?
Vishnu, though the incident is extremely regrettable, I would like to say that India being a very powerful emerging global power, we cannot do away with such summits. And remember,
are
all
we
the
really
54
an
nations.
Global power,
Yes,
if we cannot have.
Yes, no,
if women are delivering on in traffic like that.
I'm coming to that. Here, the 54 heads of state had come, 42 heads of state and the other dignitaries of other countries. What I would like to say is this, that Mr. Ashish was very right. That we need this is not merely a traffic or a law and order problem, it's as much as a social problem also. Remember, 1500 vehicles are being added to the streets of Delhi, 90 lakh vehicles.
And who is responsible for stopping that?
90 lakh vehicles. You see, the thing is this, the government is already taking out a blueprint for a policy.
We've heard this 20 years ago also.
Traffic management.
Whichever government was in power.
No, Vishnu.
Not just in Delhi, every city in our country.
We are extremely serious about it. We are very serious about it. There was a good initiative by Aam Aadmi Party of a car-free day, I would like to say, but at the end of it, the car-free day, the experiment that was started on a holiday, and second of all, it was Dussehra that day, and the traffic restriction was only for few hours. I think it requires far more institutional.
That's an important point, and I think Ashish would agree that that's a small step. Perhaps it will become a big step in the days ahead. Piyush Tiwari, would you like to come in over here? It seems to be a larger issue. There is a cultural issue. That cultural issue at one level exists to our VIP culture. If our VIPs are there, and if it seems if they come from other parts of the world particularly, then we care for them more than we care for ourselves and our people. Isn't this the biggest problem that we see on our roads in a city like Delhi?
So, firstly, my hats off to the Good Samaritans who actually assisted the lady and helped her out, as a result of which she and her baby are alive today. What we are forgetting here is that Delhi in the past and the recent past has hosted a very large event, which was in the Commonwealth Games, where there was tremendous amount of VIP movement, where there was tremendous amount of movement of athletes. And during that period of time, we've seen that traffic was managed almost perfectly, because there was planning, there was congestion management, there was initial idea of what the volume is going to be like. There were alternate routes being planned, and this time, especially for this, such a large summit with so many heads of state, we saw almost negligible planning, being in place for managing the volume of traffic.
Piyush, I'm interrupting you now because
routes.
Deepika disagrees with you. Go ahead, make your.
I would like to tell Piyush ji that Commonwealth Games, they were very important. They were, I think, held in 2010.
He says it was planned.
No.
You're saying it's not planned.
Indo-African Summit, where all the 54 heads of the nation come. In Commonwealth, the athletes were coming to India. It is almost a gap of 5 years. The population, the traffic population has increased, I think, 5-fold. Second of all is, Piyush ji, I would like to tell you that in such high-level summits where 54 heads of the nation are coming, the police cannot afford to take any chances, any risks with their lives, because it then you know,
But Deepika,
there
point
would be,
taken,
it
everybody,
would be
every
very,
life is
very-
important.
Vishnu,
yes, every life
I'm
is
glad,
definitely important. Every life is.
Yes,
I have
absolutely.
Right in the beginning of
But
the
then
program, I have
shouldn't
already
people who
stated
live in the
I'm
city
glad
also-
Deepika ji has brought up this
you see,
issue.
that is what the
Okay,
issue
Deepika,
is.
one sec,
that-
he
that
wants to
we
come
have
in. Go ahead, Piyush.
We have to
I'm glad she brought up the issue of
more innovative and
preservation of
creative
life.
rather than comparing it to a Commonwealth.
Because that was
games.
done when the Congress was in power.
No, I've not even used the word Congress.
No, but I mean, come on, would I have to dig deeply
Vishnu,
under the
as
surface for you to say
as
that?
a journalist, can you compare Commonwealth
Well,
games?
but it is a fact.
Where 54
It is a fact.
heads-
Deepika, you are a
where
resident of
54
Delhi.
heads-
Traffic was much better in Delhi when the
If
Commonwealth Games
54
were
heads
happening.
of nations
Vishnu,
are coming
I
to
disagree.
your
You disagree, sir.
capital.
Okay. All right,
I'll
sorry.
say-
Vishnu,
One second, sir.
I'm merely-
Piyush, come in. Yes, I'll come to you next.
Vishnu,
Piyush, go ahead.
I'm merely stating that the institutional expertise exists in managing complex situations, and in this case, it was not applied. That's the first point. The second point is I'm glad Deepika ji spoke about preservation of life and protecting the dignitaries. What about Article 21 of the Constitution that guarantees the fundamental right of life with dignity to people? We are not talking
You
about,
see, I completely
having an
agree.
animal existence and giving birth to people
I am
in
no
auto
about
rickshaws.
Article 21 is right in the beginning of the
so
program.
it's really
I have
surprising
already said
that
right in the
54
beginning of the
dignitaries' lives is
program,
more
I have
important
already
than
said
the
that
common man
the
who is
incident
already
was
struggling
regrettable.
and is unable
One
to
second, Deepika, let him
But I
finish his
am not-
access to basic
Deepika,
I am
let
not
him make his-
defending
let him make his sentence.
Delhi traffic police or
No, but
that.
Deepika,
The only thing-
Deepika, I'll come to you.
Yeah.
One sec. We have a little bit of time. We're not shutting it down as yet. Let him make his statement. He's making sense. You agree. Come on, Piyush, finish your sentence before we bring in our other panelists.
Yeah, so the second thing is I feel that there has been a violation of the woman's fundamental right to life with dignity and to personal liberty. And I think that there has to be a very serious view that has to be taken off that. And in all of these cases where somebody is stopped from getting access to proper health care, to proper emergency care, this issue does arise.
Okay.
The third and the final point is that it is not unknown that Delhi is a very large city and the population has been growing, vehicle population has been growing, access to emergency care and healthcare is getting tougher. Why can't we create simple systems within the city to augment issues that occur here? Trained midwives, having maternity centers at the local level, ensuring that people actually get care at their homes if they cannot reach the hospital on time.